Good afternoon. My name is Nathan Henry, and I'm doing my presentation on XPO Logistics, specifically in transportation. Many e-commerce companies use third-party logistics companies to outsource the warehousing and transportation aspects of their business. This allows e-commerce companies to not have to spend or owe a large amount of money on fixed assets such as trucks and warehouses. This also allows them to expand in other sectors of business directly related to their sites. It also allows companies to deal with trained experts in the 3PL instead of hiring them directly to the company, 3PL being third-party logistics. According to the About Us section in the company website, XPO Logistics is considered to be a global network of 771 locations and approximately 42,000 employees, which helps shippers manage their supply chains most efficiently, using advanced technology for the movement of goods. This is a third-party logistics company that uses less than truckload capacity in North America. Less than truckload, also known as less than load, is a shipping service for relatively small loads or quantities of freight. XPO Logistics deals with a lot of transportation and its potential issue as a top 2 global broker. Using licensed customs assistance, XPO uses all types of transportation and current supply chain fields, including ground, air, sea, and multimodal. XPO Logistics can expedite deliveries and uses top-trained transportation experts who find custom solutions to supply chain issues to reduce lead times and bottlenecks. They use the most current technologies to accomplish these tasks, their own being called XPO Technologies. So, the first thing you want to do is look at the website. And I usually go to Google to look up a website. And when you go to Google, there is xpo.com, which is the first option. Okay, so we click on that, and here's their website. On the top of the site, there are 5 different options on the left side of the header with drop downs: services, technology, company, work with us, and investors. The services tab shows the different options that XPO offers, like truck brokerage, less than truckload, other transportation in Europe. The technology tab shows an overview, log into their XPO Connect technology, LTL, and APIs. The company tab also has an overview tab along with company values, safety information, and news articles. If someone wants to work with XPO Logistics, they would click the Work With Us tab and go to either career opportunities, driver opportunities, or independent owner operators. The investor tab, on the other hand, has a whole page to itself. This shows company profile and key materials that have reports such as the XPO Investor Presentation, February 2022, quarterly earnings, 10Ks, sustainability reports, and various other financial reports through the years. The headers include investor relations, investor resources, financial resources, corporate governance, and news and events. So if I go back to the home page, I think overall the website looks great, with professional pictures of fixed assets and short clips that are used as a wallpaper for the site. Along with all the special features already mentioned, the top right of the site's header gives you basic functions such as tracking, contact, login, change language, and search bar. And the languages are English, Spanish, and French. Canadian, I guess. Okay. So moving to financials, XPO Logistics is confident that a continued 10% growth can be achieved in the year 2022, even after the most painful years in recent memory due to global supply chain issues and the coronavirus epidemic. According to the 2021 annual report, from 2019 to 2020, the cash and cash equivalents raised from $377 million to an eye-popping $2,054 million. The income statement shows revenue that becomes subtracted by cost of transportation services, direct operating expense, sales, and general and administrative expenses to get the operating income amount. The overall revenue shows a slight decrease from 16,648 million to 16,252 million for 2020. Cost of transportation and services had a decrease in cost of transportation and services from 8,303 million to 7,852 million. Direct operating expenses increased from 5,679 million to 5,837 million. Finally, sales, general and administrative expenses increased from 1,845 million to 2,172 million. These costs are subtracted from the revenue, which shows a decrease from 821 billion to 391 million. The net operating income for XPO Logistics is a little more confusing to understand. Operating incomes consist of 4 sections with quantities: other income, foreign currency gain, loss, debt extinguishing loss, and interest expense. Other income shows a disturbing negative 54 million to a negative 79 million decrease. Foreign currency gain loss shows 9 million gain in 2019 to a $3 million loss in 2020. Debt extinguishing loss, which is the new purchase price and the amount of debt that was carried over at the time of canceling of said debt, was calculated as 5 million to a blank account. Interest expense is shown as a positive value of 292 million in 2019, then 325 million in 2020. You have to take all these numbers and account for income before income tax provision of 148 million, income tax provision 31 million, and net income attributable to non-controlling interest, which is negative 7 million. The net income attributable to XPO equates to 110 million. This factors XPO Logistics debt. This low ROI shows a low asset efficiency. This is probably due to the current unstable economy regarding logistics. One way of checking on their financial health is to figure out the calculation for return on assets. Return on assets is a financial ratio that shows how well a company is doing compared to its assets. The net income of 110 million is divided by total assets, 5,370 million, which equates to 2%. XPO Logistics closed more than 8 billion in deals between 2011 and 2015, including the $3 billion purchase of U.S. trucker Conway Inc. XPO sold Conway's truckload division in 2016 and hasn't bought up more companies since that. And I apologize if this did not come in clearly. I am holding my phone. Okay. XPO uses their own XPO technology to constantly improve supply chain communications while increasing visibility. Technology, Innovation, Intelligent Machines explains how XPO's first of its kind digital freight marketplace includes many useful resources that are always available in the cloud, and they provide unmatched access to data that's delivered as accountable information. Insights into the current spot market rates, carrier profiles, weather conditions, and traffic alerts. The data service that XPO provides is called XPO Connect. The shippers are able to book and track shipments online, as well as monitor changes in carrier capacity, spot rates and shifts in low availability by geography. Even the trucks have real-time access to data from their trucks with this cloud technology. These types of technologies are allowing logistical companies to become more automated, and machine learning will one day take over just-in-time supply chain practices. Until then, transportation companies will continue to move forward with continuous improvement in technology and automation. XPO Logistics Transportation segment generates revenue by providing less than truckload, freight brokerage, and other transportation services for their customers. Transportation in 2021 did much better economically than in 2020. The transportation and supply chain issues started to dwindle, and the economy has started to recover. XPO Logistics reported $4.8 billion in sales, the company's highest quarterly revenue ever. That is despite seasonal trends. In many shipping businesses, sales dropped sequentially from the fourth quarter to the first quarter after the holidays. XPO prides themselves on having a major focus on freight transportation. Their less than truckload network in North America covers 99% of all U.S. zip codes and offers cross-border service to Canada and Mexico. Their brokerage platform connects shippers to approximately 98,000 carriers. Moving forward, XPO is looking to move into more automation techniques. XPO said it shipped roughly 5 times more units using robotic technology in 2020 than it did in 2019. And the company used advanced automation, including robots and cobots, in more than 25% of e-commerce volume in North America last year. What are cobots? Cobots are collaborative robots that are able to be used by humans to increase productivity and safely increase automation. It's like those hands you see on that the supply chain workers are working with to lift weights and assemble small parts and whatnot. Okay, wrapping up. It's important to remember that XPO is now 2 different companies, especially when a company is defined both transportation and logistics by implementing these third-party logistics company in their supply chain. XPO became very successful and decided that 2 companies should go public to split transportation and logistics. Post-separation, XPO will remain a global provider of freight transportation, primarily less than truckload and truck brokerage, and GXO, which is the other company, will be the second largest contract logistics provider in the world. Both companies implement up-to-date supply chain technologies to bring real communication between different plants, employees, and contractors to perform just-in-time supply chain techniques. So that is the second part of my project, talking about transportation, is how XPO split into a different company last year. And these are all my references. And thank you. I enjoyed the class, and I hope to take a future class with you.